welcome Craig Silver to On the Road with LinkedIn here in London. So Craig, you are heading up sales and digital transformation at PA Consulting, as well as historically having roles with other companies such as PwC, Argos, and Aviva. Welcome to LinkedIn On the Road.
Thank you very much.
So let's start off with talking about what you've noticed about changes in the last few years in companies' approaches to digital transformation.
Yeah, I think it's gone on a journey in terms of digital transformation. What we've kind of seen is the shift, from using technology only for the use of technology, but now looking at how we use the processes and the behavioral change to move through that journey. I think technology is moving so quickly, people are already struggling to keep up with it. So we at PA Consulting, we are quite strategic in terms of how we approach the technology change.
What's worked well for you guys in terms of, addressing that differences in comfort and skill level within an organization?
Yeah. So from a technology point of view, we have a number of technologies at PA Consulting. Our CRM is our core, and obviously everything from opportunities to contacts to leads and activities go through that. We then have obviously some supporting technologies such as Outlook, Teams, Power BI, LinkedIn Sales Navigator, and how they work together. I spoke about behavioral change, and I think that's a critical piece around this. We are very, very passionate about not only dishing out the technology, but we want our teams to use it the best way possible where it matters most for that person. And we do a number of things. One is we have great training material. We work closely with our partners to come up and ask them for some guidance. It's not always great to come from the central point all the time. So we often get LinkedIn or Microsoft or the like to come in and actually present to our consultants and partners around how it can be used. We have some sessions, one-on-one sessions, but we also have bite-sized sessions. And I think this has been really valuable for us. A client-advisor relationship is where we want to move our customers to. And I think this is where the technology is really helping. It's identifying data, it's identifying insights, and it's giving those consultants the kind of the recipe that they need to, ask the right questions, build relationships, know who's spoken to who previously, and more importantly, which is all we advocate for, is to get in front of your clients.
Return on investment is important, right? And when I think about that, I think about it across all levels, right? From an organization, from a client perspective, and from a user perspective as well. And you talked about one of the challenges being usage. How do you help a user understand the value of this journey? And I know change is difficult, right?
I'm very passionate about dashboards. So having your key KPIs to measure around where you are now and where you're trying to go to. I think unless you measure everything and focus on specific measurements for the year, which will drive the business forward, I think that's critical. And I think, yes, the ultimate goal in our industry is, pipeline and converting that into sales and win rates and margin and all those good things. But it's the underlying metrics that I think are the small little wins across the way. There's no silver bullet, I mentioned that before. And you've got to do a lot to change behavior, and you've got to measure that change from a behavioral point of view. And that will go a long way to, help prove that, if you've included or launched a new technology, and you can see some little baby steps in terms of, okay, well, now we're using LinkedIn and we've had 3 more meetings than last week, and we see that continuing, well, that's a good step forward. That doesn't mean that's going to drive your sales yet, but ultimately you want to put small little wins on the different technology pieces. And then that's why, for us, it's around the usage, it's, around, the behavior that helps us really understand and move our buyers forward.
Yeah, I agree 100%. So let's think about the future. Looking ahead to the future, what do you think is going to be the key drivers? What's going to change the most over the next couple of years?
I think it's one of the key things we're seeing. It's not about time saving as much. So yes, time saving is a great way to measure success because it gives me more time. That means I can do something with that. But ultimately, unless you use that in the right way and actually prove that technology is helping you with a deal, that's where you get the true value. But I think the future is I spoke around next best action. I think where we're all going with this type of technology is what can I do next that will better myself? What can I do next that will make sure that we are looking at things we've never looked at before? Technology is really powerful, and it's not the only thing that can help us, but we have some use cases where we're looking to do, for example, if we look at a opportunity and we've seen in the past that typical opportunity takes longer to convert, well, if we can tell that to the team, well, then we can have a strategy of how we engage differently, and ultimately to kind of look at the ROI and save money. I think, there's a lot of time wastage where you go down an opportunity for many, many, many months, you keep extending it. But I think this type of technology, AI, in terms of looking at the future, can help us, really focus on the right things.
So it's what I'm taking away. It's all about insight. It's all about exponentially growing the amount of insight we get in order to know what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. Would that be fair?
Yes.
Summary?
Yes, definitely. I think so.
And then if that's done really well, people see the value and see that it's helping them achieve what they want to achieve.
Technology is all around reaching out to those different people around that key target and influencing them in a way that can help you sell and build the relationship to, cross-sell, upsell, and have a long-lasting client value relationship.
So what is that one piece of advice which you feel is crucial from your experience in sales and digital transformation space?
I think it's around asking questions and getting feedback. As I mentioned, from a technology point of view, there is no one technology that will solve and give you that silver bullet to sell. So for us, and from a digital sales transformation perspective, really understanding the drawbacks, interviewing the users to get a sense of what is stopping them, what's blocking them, where they're struggling, and then coming up with a program of change and behavior and coaching and sharing is critical.
Okay.
Never stop asking that question. I spoke about root causes. I think it's the same question we should be asking our own sellers or our consultants and partners when they are trying to solve solutions for our clients. It's ask them, what do you need to be the best you can be? We have a solution, but that solution may not be good for you. It could be for others. So you need to tell us what you need on an ongoing basis. And that's not once a year. You've got to regularly catch up and, pose that question. Times are changing. Technologies are changing. Market's becoming tougher. More buyers, as you mentioned. People are moving jobs. So I think it's a difficult world. And I think without really understanding internal issues and solving those on an ongoing basis, digital transformations don't succeed.
Yeah, what I took away from that is the continuing importance of asking great questions and really listening. And I don't think that's changed much, whether 10 years ago or 10 years in the future. I think it's always going to be the case. Well, thank you, Craig. It was great talking today. I really enjoyed our conversation.